Is the zombie apocalypse here?
And will students be able to live together in residential colleges housing regardless of their gender?
All this and more. Newsbeat starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Bess Casterly.
And I'm Michael Edmondson. Thanks for joining us.
This afternoon, students were shocked to find that zombies have invaded the quad. Ever feel surrounded by zombies on their phones walking through campus?
Decided we were going to do a performance protesting people being buried in their phones all the time, like zombies.
Students transformed into zombies as a group performance for the class Performance in Everyday Life. Anna Marsden tells us that this performance was an imitation of those who walk around campus buried in their phones.
We are mainly trying to make a comment on how people are constantly looking down at their phone, walking. I personally know I've almost bumped into people, had people almost bump into me because they're always looking at their phones. And this performance was a comment on that in particular.
Make sure if you're out on campus to look out for those quad zombies and try your hardest not to become one.
Well, an executive director from a Pulitzer Prize winning company talks to students about investigative journalism. The executive director for the Center of Public Integrity, an investigative news organization, talked about its latest news stories. William Buzenberg told an audience of eager students about the organization's newest Pulitzer Prize award covering an investigative news piece about black lung disease affecting coal miners. The organization currently staffs about 50 people who contribute digitally to the website through broadcasts, print, and blogs. Buzenberg gave advice to students who want to get involved in investigative reporting. He says he thinks nonprofit news organizations will become more popular in the future of journalism.
I like the hard news. I like investigative stuff. I don't like fluff and I don't like commodity news. I like stuff that really matters in a democracy that citizens need.
Public Integrity will publish other investigative pieces in the future about government.
And this just in, the LSU PD is looking for the person who stole a cell phone from the University Rec Center on April 9th. They've got a picture of the suspect passing by the UREC's operation desk. If you've got information that could help solve the crime, call LSU PD at 578-3231.
In other news, divers searching the wreckage of a capsized South Korean ferry say there are no air pockets on the third and fourth decks. The discovery suggests there's little hope of finding anyone still alive on the ship. CNN's Nick Robertson has the latest and a report that one passenger may have called for help before the ferry's crew.
Well, this from the divers that they found no air pockets on the third and fourth level appears to be a very grim milestone in this rescue effort. Of course, it was hoped that if there were any survivors, they would have found their way to air pockets. The rescue effort has been focusing on the third and fourth levels because that's where they believe people had the best chance of survival. That's where they believed that the students would be located. So this is a very dire turn for this rescue mission. Perhaps begins to turn it more to a recovery effort. The recovery continuing, the divers pulling out bodies from the third and fourth levels. They hope to be able to get to what they call a meeting area on the third level, where they say they believe there potentially are more bodies. Most of the students' bodies, however, recovered from the rear decks, rear cabins rather, on the fourth floor. And all of this coming as we're learning that a young student on board the ship was the first one to call emergency services, calling them at 8:52 in the morning, a full 3 minutes before the crew called for help. He said, "Help us, the ship is sinking." That raising clear questions about why a young boy, a student on board the ship, would be raising the alarm before the crew were. We're also learning from authorities that now 11 crew members have now been arrested in connection with the sinking of this ship. Nick Robertson, CNN, Jindo, South Korea.
Most of the people on board the South Korean ferry were high school students. Mourners are making a pilgrimage to a site near the school in Ansan, South Korea. Well, in weather news, it looks like locally the sun is out for good, maybe?
Finally, well, at least we hope so. Let's turn it over to our weathercaster, Joe Hagan, to tell us what's going on.
To midweek with some pretty warm weather. This morning started out in the mid-70s, but I'm sure you noticed temperatures rose in the mid-80s within no time. Tonight, we'll see temperatures take a dive into the 70s with 0% chance of rain. Sorry the neighborhood, but it appears sweater weather is gone. Producer Caroline McDougall posted a great photo on Instagram of a zombie enjoying the sunshine today. Her caption says, "Zombies say they're dead serious about how beautiful the weather is today. Hashtag this weather is to die for. Hashtag springing back to life." The picture is of Zombie Walk participant Josh Verren. It looks like the spring weather is finally here to stay. Tomorrow's temperatures will be a high of 84 degrees and a low of 64. What a great week to shed those winter layers and hit the pool. Stay tuned for the weekend forecast coming up.
Thanks, Joe. Sure loved that swag in today's weather. Coming up, Jennifer Vance will tell us more about what's going on around campus, so stay tuned.
Welcome back. I'm Jennifer Vance, and this is your weekly Campus Watch Report. If you need a little entertainment to help push you through these last couple weeks of school, there are some events for you. The LSU Lab Theater presents the Outworks Festival this week. The festival is a 5-day event featuring 6 new one-act plays with LGBTQ themes. In its 9th year, the festival is an opportunity for playwrights to showcase their work. 6 plays are chosen from hundreds of submissions across the country, with most of the works receiving their world premiere at the festival. Outworks 2014 is designed, performed, and produced entirely by LSU students. You can purchase tickets at the door for $10. Performances are at 7:30 Thursday through Saturday and at 2 on Sunday in the Studio Theater. The LSU Opera is presenting the musical The Cradle Will Rock. Performed in English, the show will celebrate the 50th anniversary of Mark Blitzstein's death. Blitzstein was the original composer, lyricist, and playwright of the musical. You can attend Friday at 7:30 and Sunday at 3 in the Shaver Music Theater in the Music and Dramatic Arts Building. Tickets for students are $12. The Student Activities Board is hosting a movie night featuring the Academy Award-winning movie 12 Years a Slave. The movie features A-list actors Brad Pitt and Michael Fassbender and newcomers Lupita Nyong'o and Chiwetel Ejiofor. The movie follows a free black man's fight for freedom when he is sold into slavery against his will.
I was with my family in my home. They tell me all this lost. If you want to survive, do and say as little as possible. But I don't want to survive. I want to live.
Catch the movie tomorrow night in the Cotillion Ballroom at 8 with a discussion to follow. That's all I have for you this week, Tigers. I'm Jennifer Vance. Back to y'all at the desk.
How comfortable are you with sharing a room with someone of the opposite sex? Well, that may be an option for students living on campus. Tiger TV reporter Kira Schutte investigates the proposal for gender-neutral housing.
The Student Government Senate passed a resolution with a 98% approval rating that urged and requested the Department of Residential Life to consider implementing gender-neutral housing on campus.
Neutral housing is an opportunity for students to live among other genders, like regardless of their gender or their orientation or how they classify themselves.
The Department of Residential Life will make the decision to implement this resolution, but Steve Waller, Executive Director of Residential Life and Housing, explains that they can't make this decision alone.
In addition to that, we'll have to engage our stakeholders in the process, and that's basically existing residents through the Resident Hall Association, which I don't believe has been consulted, and also senior leadership to LSU and the state.
Bryce Bourgeois, Senator for the College of Business, believes that the implementation of gender-neutral housing will have a positive influence on the student body.
Their handbook, their policy and procedures, they actually discuss catering to students of different backgrounds and things like that. So it's something that they say they support. So this is an opportunity for them to, prove that to the students.
Even though Residential Life hasn't made a decision about gender-neutral housing, should it be implemented at LSU, males and females would be able to apply to live in a dorm room like this together in a gender-neutral housing area. This is Kira Schutte with Tiger TV.
Should this resolution be initiated, students could begin living in a gender-neutral area as soon as fall of 2015.
Well, coming up in weather news, Joe Haagen-Dazs, the weather boss, will be back with your forecast for the end of the week. We'll see you after the break.
The Haagen-Dazs boss here. Now, if we take a look at our 7-day forecast, we're going to see temperatures in the low, we're going to see temperatures in the low 80s and mid 70s for the weekend. We're going to have a 0% chance of rain for the remainder of the week, along with a light breeze. Make sure you keep watering those daisies. And make sure to go celebrate the weather by cheering for the Tigers at Alex Box this weekend. That's all for the weather update. Keep it here for all your weather forecasts and keep posting weather photos on Instagram with the hashtag TigerTVWeather. Back to y'all at the desk.
And that's all the time we have for you today. You can catch our full shows online at tigertv.tv or on our YouTube channel. And of course, you can check out our Facebook and Twitter for the latest.
From all of us here at Newsbeat, thanks for joining us and have a great day.